Alright, so I want to do a quick video on the 2025 front. So yeah, I haven't seen any English speaking videos that cover the front, and that's probably because it's not a easily accessible MR pack because it's a China exclusive. I got mine through a trade in the Carryology group, and yeah, I figured since there aren't many English speaking ones, I'm just gonna kind of go through it and go over it. So and I finally had a chance to take this bag out. I carried it to to Texas, and yeah, so here it is, the front two, I guess. People are calling it the front two, or just the 2025 front, but it's essentially the same thing as the old front, except for some internal changes. And yeah, I've got, it's got Molly here. I put some cheap M-Tac loop fields on it to make it less tactical, I guess. The person I traded it with, he included these pools that were orange and black, so I just kind of stuck with the orange and black. I've got the Pack Stuff Ideas tag, which I managed to loop through in between the two stitchings here on the daisy chain. I couldn't get it through here. I probably could if I tried really hard, but this was hard enough, and I think it's a great spot for it. It's the only Trizip that I'm keeping, that I've considered to keep, because I just wasn't a Trizip fan, and plus, like, the 2DAP that I had just looked so tactical and strappy. But this is a good mix. I think this is a decent compromise. So yeah, it's got the top quick access, which has a zipper here, and it's netting, non-stretchy netting. It's pretty big, and I guess as I'm going through this, I'll list my tiny modifications. I got this little cheap handle strap, faux leather handle strap from Daiso. It was like $1.75 or something like that. This quick access pocket actually can fit one of my op ones. This is my Tech one. It's got external M2 enclosure, and like I have a bunch of like adapters in these tiny little cases. They're just USB-C adapters that adapt to like C to A, C to B, C to whatever, micro, mini, what have you, everything, and then just some cables. And I carry this little thing to work every day because I need to use it. And you can see it, if you force it or if you finagle it, you can get the quick access, the op one to fit. You just kind of have to finagle the zipper to get it in. It does stick out a bit, and you'll have to like kind of squish it around to get it in there. I don't personally carry this thing. I don't personally use the op one in here, but I mean, if you really want it to fit, it'll fit. And then you can see it's kind of like squished in there. Yeah. So that's that. This op one kind of just stays with my Dragon, and sometimes it goes into a Street Fighter, but just wanted to show that, yeah, it kind of fits, but it kind of doesn't. What else? The pull tabs are nice. Yeah, cheap M-Tac loop fields. The water bottle pocket has been, I think it's the same as the original. Got a climbing carabiner. It'll fit obviously a 32 ounce Owala. It'll stretch, but it will push in, the stretching will push into the internal volume a little bit. Here's a 64 ounce Owala. You know, it'll go in there fine. It's nice and tall. And here is a 32 ounce Nalgene, and yeah, you know, it'll fit almost perfectly in there. What I don't like about the pack is no matter what I do with it, I can't get it to like stand on its own. It always leans. So I mean, that might be a deal breaker for some people. It kind of is for me, but you know, the trade-off for this is like it's a decent sized pack, and it's the only Trizip I'm going to be keeping. And what I've learned about, so I didn't like the Trizip before because I always use the top to access it, to access the main cavity. And what I've learned is that's not the ideal way for me to use it. One, my Futura harness is up kind of high, so when I pull this top, it stops. I pull it up, it doesn't like flip open unless I like really pull it out and then get the access here. But where I found it to shine a lot is the middle zip, and I use it essentially like a duffel bag that with backpack straps, and access everything this way, and the top is just kind of a bonus, but it becomes like a secondary access for me, the top. And I primarily just use the middle zip to get stuff, and when we were traveling it was easier to get to sections. I've got Cap 2 in here with some random junk. This is kind of just like an auxiliary thing. I keep it in the pack so it's ready to go. Let's take a look at the internals, and I believe this is the only thing that has changed. It still has the drop pockets. It's got these giant other drop pockets that isn't just a loop, it goes all the way in. It's got its own, actually its own pocket, elastic loops here, tablet sleeve, laptop sleeve, and the original front, it's you know, the OG inner layout, and this is like the modernized version. And then over here you can see that it's got the laptop access, which you can see it only comes from here but not here. The loops protecting that, and then this material, there's material in between there. So yeah, there's that, and then there's a hydration zipper right here. If you do end up having a bladder and you want it to come out on the left side, you can. And it's got a nice little, you know, zipper garage for that. Everything is weather sealed, which is, you know, a positive and a negative, because once it wears, it wears. And yeah, that's essentially it. It should be a rather quick video. The laptop compartment is suspended. You have roughly, I don't know, 2.5 inches, maybe, yeah, 2.5 inches before it hits the bottom. So it's suspended. The zipper pulls, these tabs are fantastic on Mystery Ranch packs. It's not that strappy of a Mystery Ranch pack. You know how strappy MR packs can be. And yeah, it's got the Futura harness, which is just kind of a must for me now. You can see here I put little Molly clips here, and they're actually functional. I have them here so that my fidlock, my V-buckle fidlocks, or fidlock V-buckles, don't slide forward, so that they're kept all the way towards the back. And I have them on both sides here. And these are just cheap little things from Patch Lab. Got like 4 of them for like 15 bucks or so. I don't know, it was a long time ago. And then it also has the bottom molly. And then here I've got the Fidlock snaps. Fidlock snaps. So that I can put on the this tail made from Walkman backpacks. Yeah, you can ask him to make it this way where it's just 3 loops. That's what I did. This is the X-Pack version. And you know, I'm a huge fan of the original daisy chain Beaver tails, and his has these little zipper pockets. And yeah, I've learned that I don't like the tail on here because it hinders me from. It's an extra 2 steps to unbuckle the V buckles this way, and since my primary access is the middle zip, it's more steps. So I'm keeping it on there for the aesthetic, but honestly, the next time I travel with it, I'm probably not gonna keep the tail on it. And you know, having it Fidlock just snaps together super easy. Getting these on is super easy too. You can essentially just flip them over, they snap right in, very secure. What I'm using is the Fidlock snaps. These are split bar. You can see they're split bar. I'm not sure if that shows, but these are split bar here, mediums, and then these are also split bar mediums. And then I just stuck them on, basically, you know, non-destructive, very easy to snap on. And obviously everybody knows the V buckles. And you know, with the tail on it, it doesn't really cover a lot of the pack. It goes to like right here, but and you'll have like a huge portion here. If I didn't have my Futura harness up so high, because I have a kind of a strangely long torso, I would probably still use the top as the main access, as my main access point to the pack. But because that's not there, because that is there and it prevents me from just kind of like flaying it open, it's kind of annoying. So I just learned to kind of love it as a duffel pack of sorts. And yeah, the metal zipper becomes my primary way of accessing the pack. But yeah, it's a great looking pack. It's 500D, I believe. Yeah, not overly tactical looking. It's got Molly in the right places, and it fits under the Southwest seats with about, I don't know, from here sticking out. They didn't say anything about it when I carried it on. Yeah, that's the front too. I've got in my trade, we traded the packs without the harness, and I took this harness off my Blitz. It's got the austere ladder locks on it, which admittedly are extremely difficult to put on after the fact. So like taking this loop out of it and then transferring it over to this pack and putting the loop back, the webbing back in, took a very long time, and I ended up marring a lot of this. This is not from the pin installation. I actually did that quite well, but this is like me prying it out, and then now it's like, it's kind of tough. It's not as smooth, it's not as loose as I want it to be, but I guess that's kind of a good thing. So like, it takes a considerable amount to cinch up and down, and if the pack is like not heavy, it's even more difficult. But this is the large XL, or the LXL harness from my Blitz, which now the Blitz has a military harness on it with the normal ladder locks. What else? I think that's it. That's the front. I mean, getting one of these is not straightforward, aside from going to somewhere like Urban Supply, or what was it? You can import it, or you can buy it off of a member who has it, or like from the groups or whatever. But yeah, maybe that's why there isn't any English speaking videos that cover the front two. It's a great tri-zip pack. This is probably, yeah, like I said, I've said it again, I'm saying it again, it's the only tri-zip I'm gonna keep from Mystery Ranch, because it's the least tactical looking. It does have water bottle pockets, which is kind of a must for me, because I'm always having to carry either my kid's water bottle, my water bottle, wife's water bottle, whatever. And yeah, that's it. That's the front two, or front 2025. This layout is just, for now, just because the zipper pulls are orange and black, wanted to keep everything cohesive. Maybe at some point I'll change it, but you know, the guy included these nifty little beads, so maybe it'll just stay black and orange. Let's go one more time on the inside. Really just standard drop pockets, zipper drop pockets on each side, little ones. What do I have in here? What is this? Oh, the austere 1-inch strap thing. I have that just in case I need to like press it down. See, August 2024, this released on January 1 of 2025, China exclusive. And yeah, that's the front two. Doesn't stand, again, doesn't stand. No matter how much I pack or fill out the bottom, the footprint is just not wide enough. That's what, 5 inches maybe. It just, I can't get it to stand on its own. I can balance it. I can get it to balance for a little bit, but then eventually, like if you like, you know, a breeze will knock it over. Like, yeah, it's balanced, but once it's packed, not really as standard. Yeah, that's it. That's the front two, or front 2025. Maybe I'll have another video here pretty soon covering the, I guess, essentially the final form of my Dragon 2, but I don't know, I just never have time to do any of these things. Yeah, front two, Mystery Ranch, check it out. I don't know, hard to get here in the US. Got a hell of a deal on it when I traded for this, and it's definitely a keeper. That's it. See you in the next one. Peace.